Imagine it's the dead of winter. No heat. Your window is made of greasy paper. Your roof leaks. You own one shirt. And surprise, Queen Victoria's not sending help. Your best shot at staying warm, sleeping next to a cow. Welcome to peasant life in the 1800s, the survival game nobody wanted to play. If you think surviving a TikTok ban is tough, try making it through February in Victorian England, with frostbite nibbling your toes like hors d'oeuvres. Let's dive into the cozy, horrifying, and slightly feral tricks Victorian peasants used to stay alive when the temperature dropped to, nope, I'm dying. Number 1. They literally burned poo. First up, when life gives you poop, you set it on fire. When firewood was too expensive, which was always, peasants turned to the next best thing: poop. They'd gather livestock blessings, mix them with straw, pat them into chunky lumps, and dry them in the sun like disgusting s'mores. These dung cakes became budget fire logs, cheap, smoky, and wildly unpleasant. The smell? Imagine burning hair soaked in regret with a barnyard aftertaste. But hey, it kept you from losing fingers to frostbite. Think that's grim? Wait until you see what else they dragged into bed. Number 2. They slept with the animals. Because who needs a blanket when you've got a cow? Victorian peasants didn't just own animals, they spooned them. Cows, pigs, goats, chickens. If it was warm, alive, and vaguely snuggly, it was coming to bed with you. Families and their livestock shared one smoky, damp room, exhaling on each other until the window frost melted, or until someone nearly gassed the whole family with a bad fart near the fire. But if livestock wasn't enough to keep you warm, you won't believe what they used as the next heating hack. Number 3. Pee buckets as heaters. Ever been so cold you thought, maybe my own pee could help? Victorians went all in. Chamber pots weren't just for late-night emergencies. They doubled as budget space heaters. Fresh urine radiated heat, so people tucked full pots near their feet or under blankets. Knock one over? No screaming, just acceptance. You sighed and told yourself it was rusty tea. But if sleeping with pee pots sounds bad, their next trick is worse. It involves strangers, lice, and no personal space. Number 4. Bed sharing was survival. Welcome to the original version of Airbnb, minus the privacy and plus a lot more trench mouth. Victorian peasants slept with whoever was warm, hygiene be damned. Families stacked themselves on straw mattresses like human lasagna, and travellers had to share beds with strangers who smelled like turnips and desperation. This was called hot bedding. One bed, 2 people, infinite lice. But hey, if you survived the night, at least there was soup. Kind of. Number 5. Soup was whatever you could boil without crying. Spoiler, this wasn't your grandma's chicken noodle. Soup was less comfort food and more liquid survival. Stale bread, mouldy onions, pig trotters. If it could be boiled, it went in the pot. When things got desperate, they made bone soup. Literal bones boiled for days with soot added for flavour. But nothing says hopeless winter fashion like what they wore while eating it. Number 6. They wore the same clothes for months. They didn't have a wardrobe. They had a shirt, singular. Layering was a frantic game of how many rags can I strap to my body before I can't move. Laundry was rare. Washing meant pneumonia. If everyone stank, it became communal, romantic even. But even worse than the smell were the houses themselves. Let's talk about their sad excuse for windows. Number 7. Windows were a sad joke. If you had glass windows, you were rich. Everyone else, good luck. Peasants used oiled cloth, basically greasy paper that let in light but also freezing wind and whatever bird wasn't paying rent. Walls made of mud and despair did nothing to keep out the cold. You'd wake up with frost on your blanket and on your face. Speaking of sleeping arrangements, let's talk about the kids' beds. Number 8. Kids slept in drawers. Forget fancy cribs. Victorian babies were shoved in drawers. Stuffed with hay, bottom dresser drawers kept kids off the freezing floor and away from rats. Bonus: built-in handles for portability. But if you thought that was weird, wait until you hear about their hot potato cuddle strategy. Number 9. Hot bricks and boiled potatoes were central heating. Nothing says winter warmth like a boiled potato under your blanket. If they couldn't afford a fire, peasants heated bricks or boiled spuds, wrapped them in cloth and cuddled them like starchy hot water bottles. In the morning, you ate your snuggle buddy. Practical, efficient, slightly unhinged. But the next heating hack was a literal fire hazard. Number 10. Warming pans, aka bedpans of doom. Before electric blankets, there were brass pans filled with coals, aka sleep lightly or catch fire. Some peasants even used hot ashes or burning dung if they couldn't afford coals. One wrong move and you'd set your mattress and maybe your leg hair on fire. Which of these frosty nightmares deserves the most unhinged survival hack award? Drop your answers in the comments. Next up, watch this video here to keep the weirdness rolling.